Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. I am your host, Gersh1, and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we continue talking about the Tau Empire, as we get into the horrible realities of the Tau Empire. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe because we post Warhammer 40K content every single day, and if you have any suggestions, comment down below. But with that said, let's get into 40 facts on the horrible realities of the Tau Empire. Oppression in Tau society begins before you are even born. In Tau society, permission must be granted to the mother and father before a child is conceived. Population and gender ratio dictate the birth rate in a Tau society. If a Tau world has an overpopulation of Earth caste, the ethereal caste will place a restriction on the amount of civilians that can have children. Similarly, if a caste like the Fire caste needs a boost in their ranks, then a massive campaign to parent more children will begin. Each caste must have a specific gender ratio. While all castes allow all genders to work for the greater good, a specific male to female ratio must be monitored to assure offsprings can be readily available if the need arises. This means that if too many of one gender are present in a given population, the ethereal caste will demand the birth of a specific gender to balance out the caste. While it is most common to have genetic manipulation to change the gender of the child before it is born, in less advanced Tau worlds, the practice of euthanizing Tau children that are not desired by the ethereal caste is known to occur. The caste of each Tau civilian is not a choice, it is determined by the ethereals and is enforced through years of social engineering. Castes are forbidden from interbreeding, meaning that children born of different castes must be destroyed. The intense social engineering causes biological differences between each caste. These physical differences are encouraged in Tau society, much like ancient Terran humans breed canines on Terra. This leads to certain castes suffering from specific genetic disorders and illnesses. For instance, the Air caste has weak and brittle bones compared to other castes. The Fire caste lifespan, even for non-combatant individuals, is much shorter than normal. Once born, the Tau must dedicate his life to the mastery of the skills decided upon by either the highest-ranking individual in his caste or the ethereal caste. What this means is that the Tau civilian has no choice as to what he will specialize in for the rest of his life. Menial jobs have to be filled, and so many Tau civilians will be stuck performing low-ranking jobs until their death. Tau, born in the Water caste for example, will never be skilled in the art of air travel or engineering. The same goes for an Earth caste civilian, who will never have the chance to negotiate on behalf of the Tau Empire, regardless of the Tau's natural abilities. On certain Tau worlds, the average Tau's life will be completely controlled by some outside power. Oftentimes, they will be expected to perform the same task over and over without the opportunity to change or even advance their profession. Once you are assigned a job, leaving that job is not up to you. Quitting or neglecting to do the job will result in severe punishment, sometimes even extermination. And that is extermination of your life, not your job. Goals and quotas will be strictly enforced, and workers or farmers will not have any say in what is expected of them. Food shortages, natural disasters, and war will implement harsh working conditions to the point of exhaustion. Farmers will tend to crops, yet see no benefit from the yield they harvest. Production requirements will double with little to no explanation, and strict civil rights restrictions will be implemented without a moment's notice. The control a normal Tau civilian has over the world around him is non-existent. Even the concept of a home is simply an illusion. At any moment, the ethereal caste may take away your property, even your fundamental rights as a civilian of the Tau Empire. Because the ethereal caste always has the last word, and decisions made even by the highest-ranking council members of other castes will be overridden by the ethereal caste. Years of planning can go into a project that has been approved by all caste members, but if the ethereal decides, he could throw all that hard work away with a simple order. Failure to follow orders leads to severe punishment. but disobeying the orders of an ethereal is seen as treason to the Tau Empire and the greater good. Any Tau found to be acting in treason will be ordered to a rehabilitation program. Rehabilitation programs are camps where you will relearn why the Tau Empire needs the greater good. At first, you will go through the history of the Tau Empire. You will be reminded of how divided and primitive the Tau race was before the ethereal caste and the greater good. You will be inundated every day with propaganda showing you the benefits and achievements of the greater good. You will be re-indoctrinated into believing that you could not exist without the glory and strength of the Tau Empire. If this indoctrination process does not work, you will move deeper into the camp, and at this point, it will be determined if you are required to be made an example of. If your return to obedience is required to keep the other Tau civilians in line, then you will be prepared for the role. Being prepared is the term used to describe necrosynthesis. This is the process of being injected with mind-altering drugs that will make your memories subject to reconstruction and fabrication. The mind becomes an open notebook where memories of defiance can be erased and memories of obedience are rewarded or created. It is even possible to erase the entire mind, and it becomes a blank slate to create a more obedient person. Not all Tau have the same effect from the drug. This is due to the difference in biological makeup of each caste. To some, the drug could only create illusions that disrupt the mind. The drug will promote illogical thinking and impulsiveness to the point where you will be discredited in public. Some Tau even react stranger to the drug. It alters personality structure in such a way that the tendency of the recipient to become dependent upon another person is enhanced. When he returns to his caste, no one will follow a man who is incapable of leading even himself. If it is found that you do not need to return to your caste, and your defiance was not washed away by the propaganda from the first stage of the camp, you will be sent for testing. This is where your name and title will be erased. You will become nothing more than a test subject. A variety of experiments will be performed on you, experiments to test the limits of your body. Because the ethereal caste has kept the different castes divided, periodic testing must be performed on each caste to keep track of any evolutionary adaptations. For example, the fire caste will be tested to monitor their resilience. You will be monitored after being burned, stabbed, shot, frozen, etc. All of this is not only for the purpose of recording, but also to develop better methods of survival for your caste. You will be purposefully infected with parasites and diseases to help learn how to combat these illnesses. Unfortunately, you are not seen as a Tau civilian anymore, so you will be treated with no anesthesia or comfort of any kind. This experiment will also go as far as sleep deprivation, forced mutations, and live dissections. The experiments are so grotesque that every subject must be separated from the rest of the camp. You will be housed deep below the camp, where no one can hear your screams. And those were 40 facts on the horrible realities of the Tau Empire. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, share this with your friends. If you have a Tau player in your playgroup, share this with them. Show them that the greater good is not as awesome as it may seem. I got a lot of inspiration from the MK Ultra project, which was a real live project performed by the CIA after, or I think it's during the Cold War. It might be after the Cold War. But it's pretty messed up. Look it up, there's probably a lot of documentaries on it, but they're things that actually happened, and they're processes that were meant to brainwash individuals into either becoming spies or revealing anything that they know about, the Soviet Union or German, where the whereabouts of all the other German leaders are, stuff like that. Pretty messed up. But it actually happened in our history. If you could think of any other horrible reality of the Tau Empire, please comment down below. I know one that we forgot to mention that's going to be in part 2 is going to be the fact that they have hooves for feet. Who the hell wants hooves for feet? That would be annoying as fuck. But if you can think of it, I might include it in part 2 of this series. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already so you can catch part 2. If you want to support us a little bit more, jump on over to Patreon. A simple $1 a month helps us create more videos like this. And if you can't support us on Patreon, we completely understand. Not everybody has that dough. Simply by liking, commenting, and sharing. It really helps out the channel, and it tells YouTube, hey, this is content that I want to keep seeing, so promote these guys and let them keep doing what they're doing. Again, guys, thank you for everything, and I'll see you tomorrow. This was Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.